Hey, you guys, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all heard Sanera. Sanera said, let's get the likes up as soon as you come in. Hey, Sanera girl, how you guys feeling today? I feel like I'm a little bloated myself. I can't speak for nobody else, but you are here early, girl. Shout outs to you. We're gonna have to start giving out like some stuff for like early attendance and when you guys show up on time. Soon as the coins keep getting on up, y'all, we gonna have some stuff, okay? Oprah giving out cars is nothing to what we're gonna be giving out here on CCS, okay? How are you feeling today? And yes, you guys, say hi to me when you get here. I'm definitely gonna need you guys' help to work out tonight because I'm not live on TikTok, and TikTok always give me my gifts. Yo, so I feel a little way about that because um I can't find my stuff. I didn't plug my stuff in, and I know you're like, oh well, girl, you had all day, all week to do that, but had I known that I would have been on TikTok, something would have been charged. But I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, because TikTok can be helping me reach my goals too. Y'all do too, though. Y'all do too, though. But thank y'all. How are we feeling? It's a few things that I do want to kind of get into because I didn't really do my research a whole lot on it. But y'all know we go over here, we go off the top of the head. You feel me? Hey Andre, how are you? What's going on, y'all? So I am. Have you guys been seeing, my birthday tour that I went on? I'm finally getting these nails off. Glory, hallelujah. So I will be dropping more and more footage. I'm super excited. I like taking y'all with me everywhere I go. I think I'm gonna start going live when I go to those places. When I do things, but I don't know. Will you guys be here? I'm not sure. I'm usually always like in the middle of um trying to live in the moment as much as I can. I went out like sometime last week and my friend was like, she called me, we were on the phone and she was like, you didn't take any pictures the other day and you didn't do any videos. And I was like, girl, I just needed a woosah. I didn't want to. And I had like little pictures and stuff, but I was like, I just was not in that work mode. I was not in that mode. I was just really trying to chill. Plus, where I went, y'all, if I recovered a review on it, y'all, it would be horrible. And y'all love this place. So I don't really even know if I want to speak on it yet. What y'all think? Because I want to start letting you guys see when I'm just like where I like to go when I'm just in recharge mode, let my hair down, have a good time, and just go from there. Oh, look, my daggone hair coming up my bun. I ain't even see the bun, but the bun. Because I was laying down. Don't tell nobody I was laying down. And Draco woke me up. He did. But I was like, I wanted to start letting you guys see what I do when I'm not doing like reviews and things like that or being summoned. However, I love Chili's. I love like Chili's is one of my go-to like okay when I want to relax type of thing. I know y'all probably thought it was gonna be something bougie, but no, I like stuff like that. But this other place, I haven't been to this place in like 13 years, maybe or more since 2013. And I went last Saturday and I had a horrible experience there. And I was like, you know what? I also wasn't in the best of mood. Like it ended up picking up. Y'all ever wake up? Have you guys ever experienced this where you just woke up and you just felt the way? You don't know why you felt the way, but you know it wasn't you, right? It wasn't because of you, but you just woke up and you felt the way. So that was me last Saturday. And I had a great time though on Saturday. So it's funny. Had a great time, but I was just like in the mood. So but I really don't know because usually if somebody is with me, I'm like, is it me or is it them? And my friend, she was like, no, it definitely was them. Cause the bartender, she was kind of rude. Well, let me tell you one thing. As I did want to kind of go back because my nephew kind of recommended it and made it seem like it was just ooh wah ooh wah. But let me tell you, I don't know about y'all, But y'all let me know and give me a heart and a thumbs up, you guys, and and send any donations in if you would like. I can't meet my goal on freaking TikTok. I'm so mad because I didn't charge any of the devices for TikTok, but TikTok, sorry you guys, you missing this one out. Maybe I can if I unless I find a charger at the last minute. But don't you guys ever experience this? We were at the bar. I was at the bar and I can't stand a bartender who only puckers up when it's a man involved. Okay. Talk about a quick way to grind my gears. Okay. She was, I mean, don't get me wrong. I sat there for a while. I told her, hey, when she kept asking me, did I need anything? I'm like, no, I'll let you know when I'm ready and things like that. Because I went for happy hour and I'm slowly but surely learning that it's very few places that have happy hours in Baltimore on the weekend. Um, I'm ready to boycott that mission. Let me know if you guys know anywhere that has all day, all week, every day happy hours. My friend she did tell me about this one place, Baltimore Seafood, but I wasn't really in a seafood mood. And I was like, well, maybe I'll go and review them, but I'm not really sure because the last little all you can eat seafood happy hour place, the Urban Crab Shack, was very disappointing. So I don't ever want to go back to one of those type of places again, you know? But I can't stand for a bartender to only change her attitude when a man is around. And we have been sitting in there, and it was like it was us and some other people and a few other people in there. And I guess like her regulars, because I get it when you have your regulars, you know them, you guys develop a rapport, and you know me. I sorry, I hit the mic. Sorry. And you know, I'll talk to anybody, but she just seemed soon as these guys came in that she knew it was like five of them, you know, little old heads. She puckered right on up. What do you guys want? And woody woody woo. And we looking like, oh, okay. So, you know, because you know, energy is transferable, right? It's transferable. So we were able to instantly notice a difference in her as soon as it was some testosterone. So I was like, oh, well, maybe, you know, should have you guys ever experienced that? Let me know in the comments. So moving along, I didn't really want to do anything. And I was like, girl, I'm not in the mood. Because if I review this place is going to, I was like this close from one to, you see the memes that go around and say, if you the type to expo manager, please don't sit with me. Well, that's how close I was ready to go. Not really even because of her, but because I do not like false advertisement either, you guys. If you say you have something, if something's supposed to be the menu, or if it's a reason that brought me there. For instance, like when I went to New York last year and I went to um huh, and I wanted to go there really bad, and I can't even remember the name of it. What that tell you? But I went last year and was it Savoy? I think I went to Savoy. Um, the food was good, but the reason why I went there um was because of something that I saw they advertised that got me there, which were like these martini towers and things like that. I just wanted to go and try it. And the remember I said the waiter didn't even know what I was talking about. I had to go online and tell him the menu myself. So, you know, I'm just really big on places, you know, being who they say they are, not doing anything on a false advertisement. So don't get me in there with false advertising. That's the quickest way to get me to say, excuse me. But you do know that that's false advertising, correct? Because if that's what's bringing someone in and you guys have that, like you're supposed to do it, you know, that's another thing. I'm just really big on, like, I'm a customer service junkie. Sorry. I'm a big customer service advocate. So I don't know. Have you guys ever went somewhere and was hoodwinked? That's how it makes me feel. But nonetheless, today was really a better day. Today was a good day. I got some things accomplished, a different things squared away, and I'm excited about that. But in other news, do you guys see what's going on? I wanted to know. Do you guys know what's going on with this tendonism guy? Did you guys know anything about that? That seems to be an what they say a hot topic. And you know how much I hate those. But I was looking at it and something that came up in regards to it, it made me think because I was like, and it's I guess does anybody know what happened with him? Let me know in the chat. Do anybody know what happened to them with him? Hey, Benita girl. Anything else? Anybody know anything about it? I see you guys there. So let's see. Oh, so this was like a was this like a scam? Let me look. Let me see. Can you guys hear this? I'm catching up in the tea. Hi, Brandon. How are you? Okay, so are you able to? Are you guys? Can you guys hear it a little bit? Can you let me know if you can hear it a little bit? Oh, okay. So it seems as though oh, he helped that man get his restaurant out of debt. Now he's on top. He fired Mr. Tendon. Did he really see? That's what I'm saying. It's so many different stories going around. Um, okay, you can hear me. Could you hear that video playing? Could you hear that? So from what I'm gathering, this quick look, y'all. This is how y'all get to see how I do a quick crash course. I'm good. It's been a minute. How you been? I've been very well. I really can't complain. How has business been for you? I've just been out here doing different things. I know, you usually be my TikToker. I was like, look, I'm so annoyed because all my TikTokers, I'm not on TikTok tonight. So I don't have no goals I can meet. So I'm so upset. Look, and since my goal over on TikTok is one rose for what is it like this dollar? Since you guys got now you guys gotta send me stars or send the rose or the dollar to the cash app. Um so okay, you couldn't hear that video. Okay. All right. So so it seems like they fired him, right? Is what I'm gathering. Mr. Tendonism got fired, but I'm gonna find a whole story and finish it out. So okay, so Keith Lee apparently was trying to give him a $5,000 tip. Come tip me. So apparently he went to go give the guy a $5,000 tip and they didn't give it to him or they wasn't giving it to him. But apparently Keith Lee is the one, apparently they say, I don't know, I'm just doing the research on the spot, is the one who look, see, they lying saying 4K, 5K, but I did find a video where Keith Lee himself said he wanted to give him $5,000. Um, he wanted to tip the guy, but apparently they told him no, he couldn't tip the man. So, here's the thing with that. I want to know how you guys feel about that. What are your thoughts on it? Before I open up my thoughts. Um, because I'm not gonna lie, the way it was advertised, the way it came across, you would have thought that man is the one. You would have thought he was the one that was cooking, I guess, and running that it was his restaurant. I didn't know that he was the black face. Look at me being messy. He was the black face of tendenism. Okay, let me share the screen with you guys. Let me share the screen with you guys. So, are you guys familiar with him? So, I didn't know that. My friend is the one. My best friend is the one who introduced me to him. I thought that I thought that he was the one who um, had invented this. This was his restaurant and things like that. But he's the one who made it go viral. So here the thing now is they're supposed to be giving him there's he's now supposed to be opening up his own restaurant, doing his own thing, right? It was his blackface that kept that man's restaurant in business. Yes. So that's what I wanted to get into, Sonera. It's the fact of the matter that it happens all the time. We see it, but I really did not know. I don't remember when I first saw that these other people were behind him or that it wasn't his restaurant until stuff started surfacing. So he, so here it is. He is the guy that makes you want to go to this restaurant, correct? He's the guy that makes you want to go there, see what's going on, how it's running, see if the food is good. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to go there as well. Um, but I don't know where it is as far as is it in California? Because y'all know I cannot stand that flight over there. Okay, let's see. So he confirmed that he left the place. He's no longer there. So here's some of the things. Even there were other cooks and everybody who's there along with the recipes and things like that. Hey CJ, so I heard something and I was like, you know what? I wonder how that's gonna go. So you know how now we've all come together and everybody is cheering for him to make it. They want him to do his own thing. He just was at Ronald. Is it Ronald Osley's birthday party with his tenderism? Now the question is, did Mr. Walter pay attention enough to the ingredients, to the temperature, and how to prepare the meal, right? And I say that because just with anything, everybody isn't gonna like everything, right? Everybody isn't gonna like everything, and people have the right to their opinions and what they believe, what they think, right? So I wonder if is the taste of the meat going to change? That's my question because there's a whole apparently from what I've saw, I'm sorry, from what I've seen, there's this whole thing of team of people who are in pressure cookers and grills and whoop de woo and it goes here and somebody does this and whoop de woo of how to get this tenderism, this beef to be so good and falling off the bone. Is Mr. Walter going to still be able to replicate that? Because I wonder if it's going to be like some copyright stuff that come in. You never know. Maybe when it comes with the recipes and stuff like that, is it going to taste that way? Because we all know as soon as we build you up, we're also the first ones to tear you down. Let's be real tonight. We're going to be real tonight. And I am a little curious to know you guys' thoughts and what you think. Let me share a screen. What you absolutely not. Absolutely not what, Andre? Come on, talk to me, talk. Come and talk to me. Baby. Really want you. Absolutely not what, Andre. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So here he is at Ronald Isley's. Look, I'm looking. Please. They already don't know. No. What's your thoughts? And that's the other thing too about clout. People like to jump on stuff but don't even know what they're jumping on to. And then as the camera person, like certain angles you just need to cut because these people don't even look interested. Oh, he looks pissed too. I can feel his energy. So this video is this video where he is saying, "Hey, we are still. I love him. We are still cool." He found out that the creator of feminism doesn't own the trademark of the word or any percentage of the business after making them $1 million company from going viral with his catchphrase feminism. Oh. So on that video, he was explaining and saying, "Hey, I don't have no issue with you. We are cool." Look at Ron Honestly like, yeah, they trying though. They trying though. But this video would definitely irritate me. I can't keep watching it. Because it's like, come on now, y'all know what this man is doing, what y'all trying to do, and everybody just want. It kind of almost. I'm sorry, y'all just heard me going a ramble in my brain. That's how I talk to myself. But it kind of almost reminds me, and I know y'all might want to go pum at me, but this moment kind of almost reminds me of when Tamar was trying to ride the coattail of Krishan and then that whole incident broke out. Do y'all remember that? That's kind of what just seeing him there did to me. It was a trigger. Why it triggered me, I have no idea because I wasn't there at all. But I doubt it because it was his recipe. The person who is funding his new restaurant is going to make sure he has what he needs. Okay, so Sinara, it sounds like you know a little more. So this is his recipe. It wasn't the what is even the restaurant that he worked at? What you can tell how invested I was in this. Uh Destination Smokehouse. Let's look at Destination Smokehouse. I bet you they ain't lost no followers. However, you guys, it seems like, man, if only we could come together all the time. Imagine if people, oh, they still have 1 million followers. So it's not going to be the same. So you're saying it's not going to be the same? Okay, okay, we're gonna wage in this battle. Um, so here we are. He is the one. Okay. He was never. He said Walter was never excellent. The application. Okay. Now, do y'all believe it? He said that Walter was an early source of inspiration for him. He's saying that him filing the trademark was not done without Walter's knowledge, and he's proud of Walter. No, he does seem now he's seeming to be a little passive, and he look he's trying. It definitely doesn't hit the same from the videos that yeah I call BS. And the reason why I'm going to say I call BS um is because I don't think there would have been this reaction. I think it would have been better if they had uh been with him and did like a um helped him open up his own little thing if that was the case. Because people are coming to see him, people are wanting to tip him. Like, Why wasn't Keith Lee able to tip him? If Keith, like what Keith Lee just said, he only flew there from however it was where it was he came from because of this guy. He wanted to try it. And when he wasn't able to give him the tip, like why weren't they trying to let this man get a tip? So I don't know. You just never know in the world that we live in. But what I will say this. I don't really think that this business is going to be hurt. I don't think I really don't. Let's say. Okay, so look, he think he's slick. He done went back, posted the date and time. He said, "Look, we've been doing this." He went back. This is from 2023. So now I understand why he keeps saying he's speaking about the history. Like what? That's why he's saying he's known me from the beginning. He's known me. What do you say? Okay, so okay, Walter is the main cook. He said they were. Come on. He said they. Trying to catch the beginning. He said they were a coffee shop. He's a pit Mexican owner. And okay, so he wants you to see the history. He just called Walter his partner in crime. Okay, so all right, boom, I heard what I needed to hear. So what he said in that video is he said Walter is the one, they were a coffee shop, they went down in 2020 from COVID. He said Walter, his partner in crime, is the one who told him, "Hey, let's start. You should start selling like ribs and chicken." And he said, And he said, "Ribs and chicken? How are we gonna do that? We're a coffee shop." So it seems like that he took the idea, they built the idea together, and this is and back in 2023, and now it is what it is today. So here we go. So to answer your question, Andre and mine, obviously, like Sanera said, he's the cook. It's his recipe, so it will definitely taste the same. I wonder if he will have all the support, and he probably will. But I don't believe that what did I call it? Yeah, Destination Smokehouse. I don't believe Destination Smokehouse is going to lose any customers. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Do you think they're going to lose customers? Yes for yes, no for no. Hey, Monty girl, how you doing? Look, just in time. You know you love this colorism stuff. um, but yeah, I don't really, and the reason why I say this, you guys tell me, I don't think that they're going to lose any business behind this, simply because, well, he said who's left to cook. Well, the owner is a pit master. Okay. So I just learned, look, I just learned that the owner is a pit master. He is he whatever a pit master is, and you better knew it. Yes. Oh. You said so Sonera votes yes. You think that the business is going to suffer. Okay. Sonera, we got so far we only got one yes. Um, who else? Anybody else? Come on, y'all. So the reason, oh, Monty T said yes. Nick Monty T said yes. She's entered the chat, y'all. The diva has entered the chat. Okay. Sonera coming through with a wager. She said their customer base will change. Uh-huh. Wade in the water. So come on, y'all. Keep letting me know. So the reason why I don't think that their customers, I think they're Yeah, their customer base may change, but I don't think they are going to not do good. One, they have not lost any followers since this whole debacle, unless um, I don't know, but they have not lost any followers. I think we have to look at that. They still have their 1 million followers, right? And the reason why I say was it the main cook who left? We're gonna have Sanera answer that question. Sanera was he the main cook that left? He was not the main cook. He was more like the advertising mouthpiece. And the reason why I say I feel like that it will change is because I mean that it won't change. What did y'all know I'm standing by Kanye West. Y'all know what did Kanye West say? I'm 400 million at my brokest. Okay, you know the reason why I don't believe that they will maybe have some impact, but I don't really think they may feel it. I'm not really sure. Only because them white folks stick together. Okay? They stick together. And the fact that this is how they got it, and they got Walter to do it. And yeah, like we said, Walter was the black face of it all. And but this just shows you how marketing and things can work when you put things out there um and can just get anything to anybody to do anything as long as you put somebody in it, and it does show that we do support each other. You know what I mean? Like we do support each other. And so now he's trying to dance and do all that. Your child, this is hilarious to me. But it's not funny. But I feel like we all could learn something from it. So let me figure out what the lesson is. So now he dancing with the people. So this is 4 weeks ago. So you're already seeing how now the marketing thing is already starting to change. Because if you ask me, I feel like that Walter had been left or whatever happened with that, but you only um um but you only we just now hearing about it, if that makes sense. You feel me? But did you got I've never seen this man dancing on none of these videos. When I did see them, he over the Walter. So now to see him shucking and jiving is like hilarious to me. Um, and 2 weeks ago, and now it's these things. So they're going to continue to go on. Because one thing for sure, one monkey don't stop no show, and you know how we feel. If anybody feels with anyway when it's like, oh, something's over. But look, I I don't know. It almost gave now y'all should have just gave him the money. You feel me? Mhm. And my thing is this: if he trademarked the name, right? And I think that there's a discrepancy here because he hasn't even. This is 2 weeks ago. He has not used the word feminism. So I'm trying to figure out why he did it, but he knew that man knew what he was doing. He hasn't used the word feminism. And you see Walter's gone because Walter is usually there from what I have seen. To meet these people, and he's somebody. Um, Walter's not there. This was just a week ago. So they're still trying. They're still going to continue going on. Of course, you're going to have some of us that still go there as well because should we not go there? Let me ask you that. Should we still go or should we not go? I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Should we go or should we not go? Simply because we do like this guy. Do he got anything to do with that? If they paying him to come, do he got anything to do with that? So I haven't seen any um recent videos of Walter. So is it given they just keep on going to get new black people? Walter was on Mojo Brooks. I remember that. And I do think that they probably were kind of feeling away be like he was taking their shine. I can't hear the video, that's why I'm looking at it. I think it's because of Keith's recommendation sent a rush of customers there, and they were supporting a black business. I think that rush will come to a halt. But it's not a black-owned business. It's not a black-owned business. But you definitely would think that it was a black. I thought it was a black-owned business. And Mojo Brooks has a good following. He's doing his thing, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out Mrs. Governor on Netflix. I love him in that show. And 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 I think what happened, it kind of happened with the demure or whatever that word was that was going viral a long time ago, like last year or something, right? And remember the white girl who had invented it, who ended up just saying it on the video, and people had just went off and took off with it. She was hurt because she wasn't able to trademark it, but then I think they fixed it to where as though she was able to trademark it and renew like profit from people using her word and things like that. Sanera said I wouldn't go. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go because I was like, dang, that barbecue stuff, it looked really good. Um, but I of course, like I said to you guys earlier when I went out last week, and I don't like false advertisement. So I too would have gone there under the impression of, oh, we may see the tendonism guy. Um, and even if he's not there, he'll make you there. Like for instance, I went to the Aki Way. I knew nothing about the Aki Way. My best friend told me about the Aki Way. She said she wanted to go to the Aki Way, and she wanted me to go to the Aki Way. And I'm like, girl, what's the Aki Way? And she like, girl, it's the way you get the chopped cheese. I was like, all right, well, girl, I'ma go. She like, when you order, you got to say this. I said, I got to say what? So and then my goddaughter had me out there dancing outside. We in the projects outside in Brooklyn dancing, and she trying to teach me all these dances. I can't wait to finish posting all that stuff. And I had 5 minutes to learn all of this stuff, what to say, what to do. But it was fun, right? But even though Aki wasn't there himself, the staff knew what to do. And I must tell you guys that Mo was so pleasant. Mo was so pleasant. He was a little cutie patootie too. I ain't gonna lie, okay. But he was nice. And even though it wasn't that, it was still just the experience of, hey, I went there. I think it's all about how you look at it. But I definitely would have gone there to want to see him, to see, like, hey, it would be nice if I could get him to do the tendonism. You know what I mean? So I wonder if how his restaurant is going to go. He's an older guy, old school. He probably didn't even know how to move. Okay. And that's true. When they come from the way in the water, they don't, some stuff they just not hip to. Um, and what I will say, and I think we all may have sometime or another, may not in this exact format, but have experienced something like that. You've ever experienced something where you were genuinely being who you were, and you're genuinely rocking with somebody, whichever that may be, whether it's at work, a coworker, a friend, family, or foe, where you just doing things because it's genuinely who you are, and you not knowing that, oh dag, um people would do you like that. But then on the other side too, we have to understand, on the other side of it, I see the other side of it too. I'm not justifying any of it, but what I'm saying is I see the other side of, this is why it's important for you to know. It's important for you to know, and to know what's going on, because I feel like Walter was just genuinely doing something. I don't know what he was making or what he was getting paid, but he genuinely seen the issue. It was in 2020, like the guy said, the COVID business was slow, things were going down, and he said, let's add this on that. I definitely feel that if Walter is the one who did the tendonism, and Walter is the one who is the face of your company, at some point, give him all the rights to whatever. Give him the tips, whatever it is that people are coming there to, for him or to him, coming there to give him or whatever. Give it to him. I really feel like give it to him, you know. But then there's the other issue where it's, well, Walter was just an employee at one point. These people already had the business. That means they already had the LLC. They already had overheads. They already had everything. He just said they was a coffee shop. Had already had all of this stuff. Um, do I have to split everything 50-50? Should they have split everything 50-50 with Walter? Or should they have just made sure that Walter was good? And whoever's coming to see Walter, whatever tips there is to Walter, because you gotta think about it. As time go on, then things and wages and stuff increases. So Walter definitely should have just been. He was their advertisement. He was their marketing piece. So he definitely shouldn't even have no longer probably been on payroll. He should have had some shares, some stocks, and been getting money, just like the big boys been getting the money. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining this properly. But the Russia people coming there was probably under the impression that it was a black owned business. Yeah, okay. Because I too thought this was a black owned business. Um, I did. I did. I really thought this was a black owned business. Um, but when I did learn that it wasn't a black owned business, I was like, oh, okay. And it kind of made me go, well, why they put this man up in the front? But you just never know, because everybody that's the way this thing go with this marketing stuff, y'all. That's crazy to trademark demurrer because that already been a word. Yeah, but I think it's the way of how she made that word go viral and people started saying it. I mean, it was everywhere. It was being said. It was like a wildfire. That's too much like right. That goes against the way of the colonizers. That's what I'm saying. But then y'all know sometimes I always place myself in somebody else's shoes. But I just remember the time where I was doing a work with somebody and I had already been here, with Candy Coated for 3 years, and she thought that I was supposed to split my entire business with her. And I'm like, no, ma'am, no ham, no, thank you. Like, how does that work? So, but just like this, I did tell her, I was like, look, you can add your own cash apps up there if anybody wanna whether they want to donate to you. Look, I'm taking away from myself. Whether they want to send a donation during the show or something to you or to me, both our cash will be there. You'll get all of that profit. You don't have to do any editing. You don't have to do any filming. She didn't know how to do anything that I needed done. I literally do everything. So it was kind of like there would have been no benefit there for me to give you half of anything. And then just me, my brand, and me building up my back. I'm not giving nobody half of nothing. But what I will do is if you come along and you want assets, see the problem comes in when people start counting money that ain't even there. And that was her issue. She was counting money that wasn't even here back on the third year. You counting something that ain't even here. And that's what I did learn from that situation, not to discuss money early on with people, because you live and you learn. So here we are with Walter. I definitely do think if people were still coming and people were coming there for him and he boomed your business up, oh yeah, get that man like $4 or $5 million or whatever. Like, I don't know what his business was bringing. I don't know his overhead. I don't know any of that, but definitely treat him good. He should be well taken care of. The profit should have changed. If it wasn't 50-50, it definitely should have been something when you saw the influx of people coming in from him. It's like, look, at this point, he's worth something. So you got to give him what he's worth. I just hope that, like I said, y'all know how we do. We build you up and we'll break you down. The same people who are cheering for him to get his own place and to do this will be the same, could possibly potentially be the same people that are going tear him down. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's rude. Oh, he's oh, the food is not even all that good, and he lied and he was rude and went there and it didn't even fall off the bone. So you got to think about it when you start to change your things, right? People start to change their expectations. and what they're going to expect from you. Come on now, y'all. Let's have a conversation here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. For like with Sexy Red, I like Sexy Red, but some people feel like Sexy Red can't rap, Sexy Red can't do this, but we know Sexy Red gonna show all her tattoos and all this other stuff. If Sexy Red were to pull a Krishan, right? And I don't even want to say pull a Krishan because y'all know I love Krishan, but start to cover up and have a little more, show a little more class and things like that, the public will then begin to demand her to have to rap. Because if you may feel like she can't rap, or you may feel like she's rapping about anything, let her change her appearance and elevate. You're gonna be expecting for her to match this elevation, right? Let's be real. So it's almost like if you going into a 5-star, 4-star, 5-star restaurant, the expectation is different when you're going to a 6 and 7, 8-star restaurant. You're going to expect them to not miss a lick. Because especially with the times we live in today, right? Every dollar counts these days. Make sure you guys are hearting and liking the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button on the show on YouTube for me. But y'all know I ain't lying. So I'm just hoping that the public Sexy Red is a plant. I want to know, how is Sexy Red a plant? This is hilarious. I love these plant conversations because I don't be knowing. How is she a plant? That is funny. Sexy Red was put here to do what? Demise the community, right? He should have been getting paid like them since he became the face of the business. People should have been allowed to tip him as they wanted. Right. And that's what I did feel. Once he became the face of Destination Smokehouse, you have to pay him like the face of Destination Smokehouse. It is what it is. This is who you chose to use as the face of your business to help your business soar. And this is what happens when you bring other people in on your ship. Okay? Yeah, and they're going to say she fake. You just can't satisfy niggas. Right. So you feel me, CJ? So see, we here. You get what I'm saying? You catching what you picking up what I'm putting down, brother. Because I don't want it to go that way. And hopefully it doesn't go that way. But this is what I'm saying. We will cheer. I mean, come on. Look at y'all know. I don't know. I love her, I'm gonna talk about it again. Y'all already see how they do Clarissa Shields, my nigga. Like, y'all already see how they do a natural beauty versus built beauty. You get what I'm saying? So this man going to get his own place, you already know we about to raise the bar on what we getting. Y'all gonna be wanting him to do tendenism videos with everybody that walk in the door. If it ain't enough staff, people going to start to complain about the wait and how long it is for the food. Back to what I think Sanera back to what Andre said earlier. It's not gonna taste the same, but Sanera said he the one with the recipe, but we'll see. He got and a lot of and the same thing. So I'm just like, all right. I hope that him leaving or being fired or whatever wasn't because of CJ said, yep. Is it because of the internet and the gaslighting that we, the public, are doing behind him? Because the same way we lighten that match up in him, it's the same way we'll be ready to blow that mother freaker out. Okay? So I hope that that's not that, because, yeah, what if it all works out? And prayerfully so, and support the people that you know just as much as you support tendenism. Because this also goes back to the thing where we have just seen people come together who know nothing about this man besides his tenderism. They done raised the GoFundMe for this man. You understand? They done raised the GoFundMe for this man. They're helping him. As Sanera said, somebody's helping him find a building. And don't get me wrong, blessings are blessings, and all those who get their blessings in due time. But this is why I feel like it's important for us to start to be there for one another. Because just like that, we the people have made him a millionaire. Tenderism, I'm talking about. But with tenderism, he has made, with us the people on his back, he has made this man, I don't know his name, I don't want to say the white man because I'm not racist, but he has made the owner of Destination Smokehouse probably a multi-millionaire. You get what I'm saying? So if he just made them a multi-millionaire, you already know, because of how they did him, we don't like how he did him, we're gonna make him a millionaire. But with us making him a millionaire, you best to believe some people gonna have something to say if that food ain't right. I'm just calling it. Let's call. And people got a right to like what they like. I mean, let's call a thing, because I don't do that. I remember I went and I did that, and the people, I was asked to take down one of my reviews I did a while ago because the person didn't like the review, and they wanted to pay me to take it down. Oof. I feel like a testimony is coming down. Glory be to God. But this is some of the stuff that what happens, and I'm at this level. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna put myself at this level, and I'm at this level. Come on, girl. We got to speak it. And it is a conflict. Well, let me go to the comments first, because y'all probably don't want to hear about that story. Let me see. I was going to say the same thing, but a lot of them are plants. What is a plant? I'm asking my nephew to explain to me what a plant is, and he always says that a plant is somebody that gets placed somewhere and get automatic backing, like machines, and people push them. Is that a plant? I mean, and is it wrong for being a plant? I don't know. The powers that be will always slip you a Mickey. Okay, and it depends upon who the power at be is. If it's Ditty, he gonna give you a little lube in the process. Okay, little cocaina. Okay, a little pink powder. For the long fingernail. Them folks help each other every time we need to do the same, and that's what I was saying earlier, that we need to do the same. We do. We do. If I just as an example, if I were to go out here or get busted for doing some type of scam, do you know how many people would have been like, yo, all she had to do was ask, or I thought that she was getting a coin, but they forget that it's overhead, it's things that got to be paid to keep the machine going, right? And it'll be like, oh, all she had to do was ask. And it'll be like, well, I showed up every week with a cash hat. I showed up every week with a what is it called? With a goal on TikTok. You feel? I got a donation link on the website. So I want us to stop. And everything is not monetary, but this is an example. But I want us to stop being reactive instead of proactive. You feel me? Listen, not the pink powder, girl. Listen, okay. But I do. I remember, and this is why I said I believe. Sometimes I fuss with the Lord, like I need this right now. But I do understand that sometimes that I am starting to understand more and more that He takes me through a process, right? And listen up, because this may be for you too, because He's taking you through a process as well. And you will get a test sometimes. Just what will you do? Will money make you or have you, right, go against what you stand for? And I feel like that's something that we need to look at. And I feel like that sometimes we have to place ourselves in other people's shoes, because all while this is a great blessing for Mr. Tendenism, but Mr. Tendenism is also going to be able to, it's going to get a dosage of the other side, you know. And that's the one thing that I do know: when you put anything, your life, your business, anything on the forefront, baby, you got to be prepared for every and anybody to have an opinion. Okay. And I said that because when I was asked to, exactly, morality, always stand on your morality, always. And let me tell you why that kind of get on my nerves. I was in Bible study earlier, and I didn't get to ask my question, but I got to ask some other ones, but I'll ask that next week. I can't stand how you can do it, but I can't do it. If I were to do what you do, or if you were to do what someone else do, God would hit me with the biggest I upside my head. You know better. It don't make no sense. And sometimes I'm like, why I got to know better? Why have thou forsaken me to know better? You know what y'all ever felt like that? Because it's like, man, the minute somebody else, what they call it, I guess they call it. What the old people say back in the day when I was growing up, you're getting away with murder. She get away with murder. He get away with murder. He can do anything. I go to do it. I am going to get the consequences, the repercussions right away. Hell, it could be my first time doing something. When you know better, you do better. Well, look, what I used to say, but better ain't no me. Okay. And I said all that because I was asked, hey, I'll give you this, I'll pay you this, and give you this and this. Take the Can you take the review down? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was conflicted in my spirit. I had to go ahead to Tina Turner real quick. Nam yo ho renge kyo. Nam yo ho renge kyo. Okay. I really did. Because I'm like, okay, y'all know I'm about my coin, especially now. But I was like, what? Right? Because I felt the way. I was a little like, what? You know? Oh yeah. I'll answer you in a minute. And I was like, I felt the way because this is a different um level at which I'm at, right? With different things. And because I'm like, well, I don't have money. And they were like, well, your review is affecting my business. And I'm like, sir, my little 5,000 followers ain't affecting your business. Half of them don't even engage, right? So I'm just like trying to understand it, right? But when I explained it to someone else who was in the business, they were like, no, but it does. Because when you care about what you do, and when people do things and stuff like that, like, it will affect you. It may not affect his business directly, but he is affected. Um, or she is affected. So I'm like, oh, okay, when I got to hear that from that perspective. However, I still was like, I'm not gonna lie. The first person I thought about through that whole situation last year or whatever was y'all. Drops mic. It was. And I thought about me, because I thought about me first, because that first voice that was respond is ego, like, what? You lost your mother freaking mind. But I thought about y'all. And I want to tell y'all, and I guess it's for me to share this with y'all so y'all can understand when we see some of these people in these stories and then be like, oh, money will make you do everything. Not everybody do everything for some money. But when somebody puts some money in your face, depending upon what your situation is, money will make you pause. Okay? It'll make you pause. Yeah, and anybody who say they wouldn't, they lying. Money will make you pause and go, you're going to pause for a second because it's like, wait a minute, what? Even if it's not the thought of to take it, it's the thought of like, man, Are you serious? First going to hit you with the disrespect. Like, if you just try to, you talking to me? Are you talking to me? You're going to go into your little Al Capone, Scarface vibe. Then you might go on the vibe where he like, oh shoot, did he want me to do what for 500,000? Do you mean I get $3 million in 90 days just to do a little cocaine, put some baby oil and some genocide on me, and let these niggas do what they want to do, and I'm gonna have $3 million after? Coochie gonna be looking like Coochie gonna be looking like roast beef, but I'm gonna get $3 million after. Okay, don't know what's going on. So what I'm saying is, sometimes, because you don't know what you would do, but when you stand for something, I would like to say that when you stand for something, and I can speak for myself, and I'm glad that Moni T brought that up. It irritates me so bad sometimes that I stand for something. It irritates me so bad that I have morals, and values, and some things, and what I call them with don't do's. I got a lot of don't do's, right? So yes, if you're ignorant to the knowledge, that's something, but being knowledge is a whole different thing. When I tell you that ignorance is blissful, okay? And I thought about y'all. And first of all, I was like, that ain't even a nice amount of money. But I thought about y'all because I said, I built my whole business off my voice, off of being real, off of honesty. I ain't gonna just say, oh my God, this was straight trash. I'm gonna tell you what I like. I'm gonna tell you what was trash. And I'm gonna tell you why it was trash. And I judge it as the whole experience. You know what I mean? So to be offered some money to take down a review, I was like, oh girl, you on to something. Like, girl, moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. You know? But I could not. I was like, okay, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I was like, I'll think about it and I'll get back with you. Matter of fact, you get back with me because you don't have the problem. So now I want to see how important you are, you know? So you don't have the problem. I didn't call them and they didn't call me. Flat. So I'm glad that I did it. But what I'm saying is, when I was speaking about it, I talked to somebody and I said, I had talked to a few people, and sometimes you can't talk to people because sometimes the people you be talking to, you be like, Lord, I should known I shouldn't have said nothing to you. But outside of that, that's another lesson for another day. But and I was talking to my pastor. I had talked to pastor about it, and I had talked to somebody else about it. And then when I was talking to pastor about it, when I was like telling them what happened, I really like, Jelly Bean, not just the car, but my headache jelly. She was there, and she was like, no, you're not taking it down. I already said I wasn't taking it down. But she's like, they're like, no, you're not taking it down. That's why that's why we like you. We like what you do. There's so many of these people out here that are just sitting online with a microphone or a camera and they're lying. And people are going for that. People are falling for it and just believing anything because that's the thing. When people don't do their own research, you get a microphone in your hand. And when you do have a trusted voice, you're going to trust them. That's what it is. So she was like, no, tell them to get they together. And so, the pastor was talking to me too and just was like, but here's the thing. If you take this money, you are saying you can be brought. Your opinion can be brought, what you think, how you feel. And then that could change the whole trajectory of what you're doing. And I'm listening because I was not going to redo it. I was not redoing it. And the other thing too, I was more offended that they asked me to take it down because y'all know how I feel about people who post and delete stuff. I'm not a post and deleter. I can't stand a post and deleter. Stand on what you said. Keep it there. I don't like a post and deleter. Unless you are rewriting what you said and editing it, you can even hit the edit button while you're there. I do not like a post and deleter. You know what I mean? And so with that, it was Um, I didn't do it. And it was simply saying, and it didn't, and me just standing for something didn't just start here. You feel me? CJ said, not if it means selling my soul or denouncing my principles. Exactly. Yes, it is. I must agree. Ignorance is bliss. Carefree, but when you know, girl, I can't stand that. I know when I know. I be sometimes like, Lord, can you help me unknow? And he be like, girl, stop. Stop there before I send a plague amongst you. You know? So just say, I feel you on that. Sometimes it's annoying to say, it is. It is. It is very annoying to stand for something. When I tell you, please let me know that will work for you. When I tell you, what's tomorrow, the 5th? Hold on. Hi. One second. I've been waiting for you. Okay. Um, I do. I can't stand it. Um, I really can't. And definitely Alexa said, but also everybody has its different taste buds are different. They do. And that's the one thing. And even that's what I even explained to them. I was like, everybody has different things, but it was the whole simple fact of something else with them. With them specifically. It ain't had nothing to do with a taste bud. But outside of that, that's what I'm saying when it comes to the tenderism guy. Everybody's not gonna like it. Somebody might went there and like the ribs, but didn't like the macaroni and cheese, all this. Everybody's not gonna like it. Just like with me, everybody's not interested in like what I talk about. Everybody's not interested in watching or seeing what I'm talking about. We're all different. And I'm not interested in everything that everybody else talk about. I think that is the beautiful part of us all being individuals. However, you do have some people who I am aware of some people who where they're just negative. So they ain't gonna like nothing. Y'all know some of them. They ain't gonna like nothing. They always got something to say about something and all of that. I stays away from people like that. They always got something to say, ain't got a good thing in their bone. Something could be wonderful, and they gonna find a way to say it's not wonderful just so that they could be the individual. And it's like, stop, you're reaching. But outside of that, um, yeah, you do. Ultimately, like even with me with my with me, in my police job, I would have still I would have still been a cop had I cocked my legs open. Like that was offered unto me. I'm not fucking nobody for no job. Are you crazy? I don't even want to work no job. Are you crazy? So it's those things where it's not it didn't just start. This is why I feel like when we go through things in life that God is already preparing us for things. Like we all have a call, we all have a gift, and not and we all are chosen, but not everybody hears their call and not everybody gets chosen. But I am able to see what it looks like when you get chosen and you answer the call and you are chosen. You get what I'm saying? You gonna have some different battles, you're gonna have some different tests, and it's gonna be a whole lot of everything, right? And so the fact that umpteen years ago, I wouldn't sleep with nobody to keep a job, to keep a good job, a consistent paycheck, health benefits, and a pension. I literally would have been able to retire last year from this job. I would have been in retirement. Here I am still working for the man every night and day. You understand? And I never lost 1 minute of sleep because I was worried about the way things might have been. So even get back then, okay, in my 20s, I didn't do it. Okay. If I didn't do it in my 20s, even though I now am in a different position and dealing with different things, and I could have used that couple dollars. But here it is, even though I could have used it, excuse me, I said no. I didn't do it. There was no follow through. There was no nothing. But had I spread my wings like an eagle, y'all, and let that rattlesnake go up in me, my garden of Eden, I probably would have took that money last year if I would have gave up the kitty cat for that 11 years ago. You get what I'm saying? You get it? So I am just, and it goes back to what you were saying too earlier, CJ, your principles, Monty T, your morality. What do you stand for? And quiet as a cat. Somebody once told me, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You'll fall for anything. And so I think, it's a lot of things that come with a lot of things. What they say, new levels, new devils. What about new levels, new angels? Okay. Because I'm sick of the devil. But it really is. If you get put, we gotta stop always saying, well, why would they do that? Or how they did that? Yo, if you get put in a position and you don't know what people's positions are or what their circumstances look like, you too may be on a Diddy contract. You feel me? No judgment being passed. It shouldn't be none. But you too. If you in the right situation, I don't know what she had to do, but what y'all say, you too may sign up to be a plant. Depending on what it is, because guys, honestly, we don't know if they have to do anything. You understand? They probably just got to give these people all their rights to everything or whatever. But you don't know. You just don't know. I think that the point is, this is why you have to have good intuition, wisdom, and discernment in a relationship with God. You got to have a relationship with the man upstairs so you can know what to do, how to do it, when to move. Seriously. Because, oh, got it. You have to. You truly, truly have to. Because some people are out here falling for anything, the banana in the tailpipe. And it's like, yo, and it's almost even like the prison system. Yo, if these motherfreakers that already been incarcerated and they already paid their debt to society, yo, why do you even want to know if they're a felon or not? I feel like that shouldn't even be a question on the applications anymore now that the president runs the country. I feel like that should be null and void. But if you hold me and you keep holding me to my past and to my mistakes and to what I used to do, how am I ever going to do anything? You constantly telling me no could be a trigger for me, and I'm out here selling crack. I'm talking about the other crack. When you see me, you know what's up, ski. You know, so it's one of those things. You know what I mean? Um, it's important. You're the only one that gotta go to bed every night with the thought of the choices you make. Yes, yes. And let's keep it a bean. Even when it don't come to hey Andre, even when it don't come to stuff like that, let's keep it a bean. It's some choices that we've already made today as people, good, whether good or bad, that you ain't even already able to sleep with at night. You know? So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Or both cracks. You feel me? Get the double money, the double coinage. Okay? And so that's what it is. Before we try to judge, let's start being understanding. And even if you don't understand and if you don't get it, I challenge that if you look deep enough within yourself, you can see it. It may not be in the exact way that they've done it or they would do it, but I'm pretty sure you went against the code a few times of what you wanted for self a few times. Come on now. I'm pretty sure you ain't always listen to your own boundaries. Come on, we see it every day with staying in relationships that we're unhappy in, staying in marriages that we're unhappy in, staying at jobs that we really don't want to stay at. Um, have all the talents and gifts, and we refuse to step out there and throw it out there. And then boom, here we go. We got Mr. Walter with the tenantism, these white people with a plan right there with you. Bam, they trying to take it right on your feet. Now you mad because you had this dream and somebody else tried to take it. But had you acted on it, it wouldn't have been taken in the first place. So it's like things like that. And she said, I know I certainly went beyond my boundaries. Okay, you me too. You are not alone. I am here with you. And listen, that made me think of Michael Jackson. I don't know what if he did these kids or if he didn't. And they took Michael through the ringer. They took Michael through the ringer. And they still had him at shows. They still were introducing people to him. They were still letting him perform. Ain't it funny how some people aren't even able to? It depends on who you are, the treatment you're gonna get. We talked about that last week with the being pushed in the box. You know what I mean? With the 50 Cent and the Nicki Minaj thing. That's true. That's why you gotta learn and grow instead of doing the same stuff over and over. Yeah. And sometimes you gotta do the same stuff over and over because you haven't learned the lesson. Sometimes you're doing the same things over and over because you ain't learned the lesson, so you're gonna keep getting the same test. Like just here recently, right? Um, y'all know. Remember when Nicki Minaj was saying, "Oh, it's people that's on like Cardi B and all those team who are against her. They're paying people and bloggers and sites and bots and everybody was and saying she crazy and da 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 da. Do you know that now it has come out that 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 wasn't a lie, right? And Cardi is actually now suing one of the people on her team or something like that, claiming she didn't know all of that was happening. So a lot of people are just happy that Cardi's now starting to sue a white person versus black people. But that came out that it was somebody that um it is somebody from her team that was being paid to write this smear campaign with Nikki. They were also um putting bots up and changing the data of Cardi B's ratings and things like this. Now, this is everything that happened when everybody said Nikki was on a coke rant. What they say she got now? Schizophrenia, right? All of this when Cardi was like, "You got schizophrenia," all this, da, 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 da. And now it has come out, and Cardi is actually suing the person, saying she didn't know. I've not seen not one blog site or nobody go public and apologize for calling this lady crazy. Now you might feel like she cuckoo, but everything that she's saying ain't a lie. And we don't know what is like on their job. So we don't know what's a lie and what's not. But I said I find it funny how people will be so loud with a lie. And then when the truth show up, they vanish and get quiet. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. So are y'all now gonna apologize and say, oh, she wasn't crazy? Are you now gonna take it back? But here's the thing: these are things that she had been working on prior to. But now they're trying to make it a first it was a Nicki Minaj and Cardi thing with the music. Now there's a Democrat and Republican thing because Cardi's a Democrat, Nicki's a Republican, but Nicki's always been a Republican. That's why I'm like, you're not a fan if you don't know that. She's always been a Republican. I think now the issue is just because she's a Republican and Trump's president. But here's the thing. It almost makes me feel like We the people want lies. We like to be fed lies because at least them Republicans and Trump, they let you know they don't like you to your face. But I almost feel like we are better and we are more comfortable when they lie to your face. Almost like that guy who that Newsom guy, right? Who sat there with the black guy and was like, I'm just like you. I can't read. Now, how you know this man can't read? Like I just listened to what he said and was like, how you gonna sit on this black man podcast? Tell this black man or whatever this interview was. Tell this black man that you just like him. You had a low IQ or GPA or one of them tests. You can, and that you can't read. You're just like him. You can't read. So what y'all think? All black people can't read. So it's like I was looking at that like what? And he's a Democrat. So it's like yo, they too feel like we dumb. They just don't say it. They just support us a little better. They put it out there differently. But they too feel like we stupid. But the Republicans will say to your face, y'all stupid. And we, in some way, there's somebody like, keep it to yourself. No, please, please. When I know how you feel about me, I know how to deal with you. I might not like it. And I'm saying this goes to everything in life, whether it's a relationship or anything. When I know how you feel about me, it is easier for me and I know how to deal with you. When I don't know where to place you, that's a problem for me. But if I know where to place you, oh, you can stay right there. You can stay right there. Because for me, if I don't care for you, you don't care for me, I don't need you to know that I don't care for you. You're going to know it. You're going to know. So if it is coming up and they are out, at least you know. At least you know. When people show you who they are, you know how to deal with them. When a liar shows you that they're a liar, you know not to ask them nothing that's needing the truth. Somebody once said to me, well, how do you know if such and such is lying to you or not? And I said, I don't ask them liable shit. Pardon my French. I sure did. I don't ask them liable shit. And they laugh like liable shit. I don't ask them liable shit. I do not ask people liable questions. Because people will lie to you for free. Me and my friend was on one night, and this guy sat in the restaurant. I told you about him. We talked about him. Sat at that bar and lied to us so bad it was terrible. And we were complete strangers, not trying to get with them, not trying to do anything, and sat and lied. And you're like, well, how you know he lied? Because y'all know I'm inquisitive. And then not only that, my intuition don't lie to me. I can't sit over here and pray and ask God to increase my discernment and my wisdom and my intuition and trust when he speaks and when his spirit is on me, and then allow somebody like you or anybody else to tell me that's not true. You don't know that. You don't know my relationship with the man upstairs, so you don't know what I know. But outside of that, I did my research. But it's one of those things, we don't like when we know who people are. As quiet as it kept, and I don't care who it is. And you're a liar if you say you do like it. And and when I say I like it, it's because I know how to deal with you. But overall, is it liked? No, it'd be rather disappointing. Because you'd be like, damn, I was rooting for you. You know what I mean? So it gets you like that. Yeah, see, CJ knows. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you you don't gotta fake it. If I know you only call me when you want something, I ain't gotta answer the phone. Or if I do answer the phone, I know that I'm going to be asked for something. Or I'm not even gonna lie. And sometimes I will answer. Because, well, when it used to ring a ling ling, but I used to be like, I don't want to answer the phone. I already know. I answer the phone. You answer that phone with confidence. You show up with confidence. Because although you being whoever you are, you don't know that I'm over here working on me daily. So now I got to show you, and God is having you come here to see if I'm going to stand on my boundaries or going to see if I know better or if better still don't know me. You know what I mean? And so yeah, you can answer. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, can you do that? No, oh no, I'm. Oh, sorry, no, I can't. Oh, I'm not sorry, but no, I can't. No, but you're not really. Yeah, I hear you. Totally get it, but no. So so it's one of those things where it's you got to know. You got to stand for something in all areas of your life. That whole, well, I'm gonna go to work because we short staff and I'm my job depending on me. I feel like that's an old school type of thing because us now new school, we don't give a fuck. We calling out. But one of my aunts, she'd be like, well, you know how I am. I don't want the team to be by themselves. I'd be like, oh, that is so great for you. She'd be like, you know what? I'd be like, that's great for you. I have never thought that far. I'm not that grown. Uh, that's so great for you that you don't want to leave the job short staff. Sorry for you. But you got to. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know what you stand for, what you want, and what you believe in everything. And even in relationships. You already know. Somebody show us who they are, and we're gonna make ourselves go right back to sleep. Right back to sleep. Act like we don't know that his ass ain't at work. He over Sheila house. But you knew that. But you knew that. You know she ain't going with her homegirls to Mexico. You know she didn't. And you're gonna go right back to sleep. Because sometimes the fear and your comfortability will have you stuck. Your insecurities, your loneliness, things like that will have you doing things that you said you don't even want to do. Or you wouldn't even do. You know? So it's just like with all things in life, we just have to get better. So I just feel like when it comes to all of this political stuff, like look at it. We are in an uproar where people I understand people are upset with people in their thoughts and their opinions. And it's one thing to talk and you have a difference of opinions and stuff with your friends and people you know, but you have people who are full blown upset with celebrities that they don't know. Like how y'all upset that people have the right to have different thoughts? And it's almost like everybody want everybody to think alike. Bad enough, majority I don't know. I would like to know. Oh, is there a way for us to find out the percentage in the world? I know it's like some billion of people on the planet, but I wonder how many people out of the billion look alike. Bad enough, everybody look alike. Bad enough if you don't have the same bag, or if you ain't eating at the same places, or you're not dressing the same way, or if you have any ounce of creativity or originality or individuality. Do you know that the people who are able to be themselves and are individuals and love themselves and express themselves out loud and are different or dress different, do you know that they are looked at as the outcast? How does that work? So y'all want all of us to look alike. Y'all want all of us to wear the same stuff. Y'all want all of us to think everything tastes good. Y'all want all of us to think that we want to all just go to work and die and retire at 97. So we all supposed to do this? Out of here. No, absolutely not. But that's the society we live in. Some of y'all can turn people that y'all know, and sometimes people who know you could turn you into Mr. Walter and tenderism overnight. But we'll pour all that into people we don't know and watch everybody else or the people that we do know just sit and suffer in silence. So it's almost like I think that everything that's going on with the politics and just with the way of the world, like you said, CJ, that's why humans get on your nerves. They pluck mine too sometimes, but I do. I just believe that that's the way of the world of people truly wanting validation from things. We are so many people out here trying to get validation and approval from losers. And when I say losers, I'm not talking about like what you're doing with your life, but people who don't stand for anything. Like, or we're competing to keep up with somebody else who barely able to keep up. What they call that? Keeping up with the Joneses. Why? Going broke for approval from who? Somebody else that's struggling just like you. So, um, I don't know. And that's why my daughter always be laughing at me because she be like, "Man, your captions, you always just got these long, drawn out captions or some deep captions." And I'm like, "All right, well, I won't go deep today." But I just posted some pictures. And thank you guys all you guys who've been interacting and everything on commenting and sharing and reposting everything on all my platforms. I truly appreciate it. And resharing my stuff on your platforms as well. Just a heads up, if you guys ever share me to your story on Instagram, make sure you use the @ symbol and tag me in it just so I can repost it. Because when somebody tag you in their story, um, if my name is there, it'll ask me to add it to my story, and that way, I can see it and people can see who these people are that are reposting me and all of that, and I get to see it as well. Um, and that helps. So make sure you guys continue to like. Thank you guys for giving the videos. If you were on YouTube tonight, please give this video a thumbs up, and share the show out. But dang, I forgot what I was saying. But outside of that, um, we'll just have people that we know and that are doing great things, and we don't even want to do it and help them out. Oh, here we go. Comes back. Thoughts come back. Come back thought. So my daughter um was saying to me your captions and stuff. So this is why my one caption that I came up with that I had today, I was like, oh, I love it. Where it says that I fell in love with life. Um and I have, even though it ain't always a amusement park and sunshines and rainbows, you gotta wake up and fall in love with life every day, y'all. We don't have time is precious, and I'm learning that. And I had got a little like emotional earlier because I thought about my daughter. Like we were chit chatting, and if you got a teenage or you got kids in general, but if you got them teenage girls, they're going to give you a run for your money. And she has given me a run for my money over the years, and even as an adult, and things like that, where it's just like, girl, you just a knucklehead, but you get it from your mama, honestly. But I was just grateful, that things have been changing, and I was like, "Dang," and I want anybody with some kids or any people in your life that may be plucking nerves to just really just hear this, um, because there could be a message in there for you. And today I said, you know what, time. We always think we have a lot of time, and we do not. And I said, "Dang," because I love talking to my daughter. I love spending time with her. If I could have her sleep in my bed every night, I would. And I was like, I love when she talks to me and she tells me what's going on with her and about her day and her drama and stuff like that. And I can't stand when I'm being the parent and we go back and forth. But she smiled and she had said last night, because she's been increasing her content and stuff and doing everything she can, and she's working now and all that other stuff. And it brought so much joy to me when she said, "This is so much fun," because she was like doing her facial routines and she's been getting all these little masks and stuff. She just came in my room. My nephew was in here. She came in my room and she said she had a mask on, and Draco was barking at her like she was crazy because he couldn't recognize who she was. And I just turned around and she said, "This is fun." She said, "This is so much fun. I've been having so much fun lately." She said, "This is so much more fun than smoking weed." And I know somebody's like, "Well, weed, you act like she's doing crack," and I've smoked before too. But no, to hear that with just the way of the world today and how everybody's thugging and drugging and popping pills and stuff like that. Shut up, CJ. Um, I was like, oh wow, it touched my heart. I didn't say nothing, and I was like, so today I said I kind of almost got sad because I said, damn, I'm not gonna always be here with her. One day I'm going to go. One day she's going to go. You never know what's going to happen. She could go before I go. I could go before she go. And when you're a parent, you always think that you will go before your children. And there's a lot of people who have buried their children. So with me thinking of that, I had got a little teary-eyed. And I said, ooh, I don't want to think about that. I couldn't imagine not yeah, she is. She truly is. And I was like, ooh, just thinking about not being here with her one day while she's going through life and she's experiencing all this new stuff. Like you said, she's coming into a new reality. You love that for us. Thank you. I love that for her. And I love that I have a front row seat to it. Right. And I was like, ooh, I won't be here. Is she gonna be able to handle that? How is she gonna handle that? I don't want her to be that devastated from losing me. I started thinking about all that stuff. And then I just quickly switched gears and I said, ooh, I couldn't imagine living my life without her. Like I don't want that. And I was like, I don't want to leave, Jesus. Like I don't want to go. And I don't want her to go. But in that moment, with talking to him and sharing that, all I heard was, and what I said to myself was, I'm going to love her now. I'm going to enjoy life with her now, which whatever that may look like. Because I don't always lie. My mother get on my nerves sometimes too. It is what it is. But overall, I said, I'm going to love her now. I don't care if she makes the decisions that I don't agree with. Lord knows she done that, but shit, I didn't make the best decisions with my mother. But she gonna bump her head. She gonna do things. I am well aware that she has her own lessons to learn. But I said, I'm gonna hold her hand through life. And I was super excited, and it made me think about my cousin. And I was so appreciative because these are the things that I said to her too. When she was living. That's why it's nothing that I have that I could say that hasn't been said, because I definitely said everything to her. And I was like, it made me think about her and how I saw her when I was growing and going through life. And I thank God for giving me somebody that held my hand and did life with me, instilled some stuff in me. Every crazy mistake I did, right, wrong, or indifferent, that woman held my hand through it. She ain't judged me. She ain't make me feel bad about it. We talked, all of that. She did more pouring into me than anything. And so I said, I won't always be here for my daughter. I won't always be here for my daughter. And I don't know how it may go, and my daughter may not always be here for me. But what I am going to do is love her now. Enjoy her now. Enjoy life with her now. Because like I said, we think we have time. And we don't all the time. So I'm just like, ooh. And I cheered up. And it made me also appreciate her a little more. And just be grateful. And it really made me look at all the arguing, all the ups and downs. I'm pretty sure there may be more to come, but who knows? Hopefully not. We might have our little regular stuff, but um it made me just be like, and now too, not only is she coming into reality, she's an adult. And I'm gonna always see her as my little kid, my little baby. I don't treat her like one. I tell her all the time, I don't want you to move out. You don't got to move out till at least 25, 26. I said 25. She ain't had to move out till she was 25. But now I think I pushed it back to like 28. But I said all that to say, no matter how difficult it may be, I wouldn't be able to do any of this if I didn't pray, if I didn't have a relationship with the man upstairs. But it is beautiful. I am thoroughly enjoying, look at me, enjoying. What? Yeah, I like that. Enjoying watching her become and evolve into a woman. I can honestly say that. When you can see, and I didn't know because I never really like paid attention to people like that, right? Like, oh, okay. You know, in relationships we go through ups and downs, you like, oh, he changed. I can see that he changed because he trying. Da, da, da. Like, no. What I'm talking about, when you really see someone trying, but when you really see the changes, and I'm not saying everything is perfect, all of that or whatever, but I see her changes. I see how she battles with doing the right thing, with knowing better and better ain't know her. You know, I see how that, I see how she goes through the up and downs with her friends or her relationships and, people supporting her and then people not supporting her. And I laugh and I was like, I'm grateful because if we all stop and sit for a second and get our own feelings out of our way, you'll really be able to see just how special it is to whether they listen or not. You have to understand that your kids are going to do what they want to do, right? Especially when they become adults. But how you choose to be there for them makes a difference because we live in a world that is so cruel. And I know for me, I don't want my child, I don't want my daughter to ever, I'm not even just my daughter, my nephews, cousins, or anything like that, even with my friends. I don't want any of them to feel like that they're doing life alone. And but to know that I can do life with my kid and be there for her when she hit her head. With some of the stuff I'd be telling her when she was doing some stuff, I'd be like, girl, I done already paved the way for your stupidity. I done already paved the way for this. And it is music to my ears when she be like, Ma, you was right. I ain't want to tell you was right, but you was right. I ain't want you to know you was right. And I said, it's okay. I don't know nothing. I'm only such and such. But what I do, even with her, or if I'm in a relationship, or anything, she said, "I did, you didn't do it," because she was trying to do something the other day, and I said, "No, you got to do it this way." Da, 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 da. No, I don't. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I only been making content for eight years. I'm like, okay, and then I went in the room and she jumped. I'm like, why you jump? Oh, because I didn't want you to see that I did have to do what you said because yeah, you was right. I said, oh, we laughed. I said, because you don't think I know nothing. And she was like, but I didn't know that. And I told her, and I said, I let her be right until she realizes that she's wrong. So you can take that how you take that. I don't know, but I do that with anything. I'm gonna let you be right till you realize you was wrong. And it's just been fun to see her um reading her Bible and then reading these books that I have. I'm like, here, pick one. Seeing her read and just seeing her actively do things. And she hasn't been smoking. She has not been smoking. I think it's been at least like a month or so. She has a new job. She hasn't even really been drinking. Um, and I ain't trying to take her fun away. I don't care what that. I just like, girl, my thing is get you in order, and you could do what you want. I promise you the weed gonna be there. I promise you the liquor ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? But just get you established and things like that. So just to watch her create, she go to the gym more than me. Child. She keeps saying, "Man, you coming?" I be like, "Yeah, girl, I'm coming." Ah, yeah, but just to see her pick up new habits. So I guess my overall message and what I'm saying to you tonight is, yo, Get the help that you need when it comes to your children or when it comes to you and things like that. Time. We never know when we're gonna go to sleep and not wake back up. And sometimes I think with the bills, with the kids, with the debt, with the job, traffic, we forget that. We don't see that all the time. We have blinders onto it. A lot of us are just walking around and living in survival mode. And it is such a huge transition to go from survival mode to non survival mode. Sometimes I still pitter patter between the two. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, you're operating out of survival mode. Don't do that. But you are a lot stronger than you think. You know more than what you think you know. But y'all, be kind. Treat people the way you really want to be treated. And if you have times where you don't treat people right, look at yourself because you probably ain't treating you right either. So yeah, as thou caption, as thou sayest. I've been watching Bridgerton. As thou caption, as thou sayest. What the hell is this? Um, I definitely fall in love with life. I'm not too into trying to post the pictures with the. I let you all see my true reactions and everything. Um, I'm a big kid at heart. The Bible says, and a lot of my motivational speakers says you are supposed to always stay in tune and in touch to the kid inside of you. I am a kid at heart. I get excited. I like sightseeing. I like museums. I like trying different things. I just like what I like. So be you and like what you like and don't care what other people have to say about it. All you can do is show up and be the best you. That's all you can do. Is show up and be the best you that you can be. And yeah, we're growing. We're gradually growing over here at CCS. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Um, you know, I no longer like sit and be like, "Where's all the?" No, because it don't even matter. And when you talk, if you're able to sit back tonight and look at yourself and have a conversation with your future self, I'm pretty sure yourself will tell you all the other stuff don't even matter. The little arguments, the little disagreements, who like you, who don't like you, who's your friend, who's not, who showed up at Thanksgiving, who came to the birthday parties. None of that stuff is even going, it don't even matter. That is small stuff compared to the stuff that's really important. So let's get back into focusing on the day. Focusing on the day and what we can do for that day, and only focusing on what it is that we can control in that moment. Let go, let flow, y'all. I know 2026. Oh, thank you for the plug. Yes, you guys go check out the website. Go sign up for the website. Sign up for the website. If you When you sign up for the website, you get points. You put your birthday points in there. I mean, you when you get birthday come, you get your birthday points and stuff. You get points for following me. And yeah, Candy Coated Secrets is the gift that keeps on giving. And you'll be able to use your points at checkout if you decide to grab something. Um, and I said I gotta get focused back with the book because trying to do things a different way, but I'm glad that I'll be able to do that eventually. Um, because it was being edited and the person they knew what they were supposed to be doing. So this is what I'm saying. It sucks when things it's a process. Some things I can't do everything, but I'm still working on that, and I'm excited. But yeah, I appreciate you for everybody who has signed up. I'm gonna throw you out there, CJ. You have gone on the website and signed up. I think Sanera, you did too. Thank you for anyone who's gone on the website and you guys gave me a donation. Thanks for anybody who sent the donation to the Candy Coated Secrets. Anybody who sent stars. I couldn't get my TikTok on tonight, but um and thank you guys for sharing the show and just being here. But um yeah, we doing it. One, two, one, two. I'm sorry, I was trying to log on to see. Cause y'all know I like to shout y'all out. But I knew CJ did because CJ be snooping around on there all the time. She said, yes, ma'am. Yes. I would say, I know you did. Thank you guys for signing up. I hope you guys put your birthday. I hope you guys put your birthdays in there so you can get your points. Um, Make sure you're checking your credit. The link is on there for you too to sign up. Make sure you're checking your credit because I found out all my stuff was being leaked. But I was able to hit that button and get all that taken care of just with the click of a button. Just go and check out the website if you know anybody that you think could use the services or just want the juice book or a social media handbook. All that is on there. I am currently too. If you guys know anybody, I am currently doing a edit. I mean, edit an audit where we can strengthen people pages and things like that. So I've now just basically I now have a system for what I'm doing and how I built my platform. So I'm super excited for that. Look, I'm over here checking like, and I try not to be that person when y'all subscribe. I try not to send out a whole bunch of emails. Only the things that let me see. Only the things that are important I send out. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. Y'all, I don't want to be that person, but thank you guys for all y'all who have gone and signed up. Look, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Oh, and shout outs to my nephew. My nephew brought me an iPhone 17. So I have officially been upgraded. Ooh, ooh. I have officially been upgraded. My nephew brought me an iPhone 17, y'all. Yes, I see all of y'all. Sanera, CJ, um, these other ones, they my business. They are my clients. So but yes, I see you guys. Thank y'all. And I just want to say shout outs to y'all because I will say whenever I do anything, whenever I have anything up there, um, shout outs to Sanera. Sanera is always like one of the first people to do everything. You sign up for things, you participate, you you do it all, and I appreciate you. CJ, you too. You know, I appreciate you too. CJ definitely be on your heels scenario with the whole trying to be the first to be, always trying to be the line leader. He always try to be the line leader, like he always want to be in the front of the line. But I shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for actually signing up and going ahead and do the things and um contributing in whichever way that you can for me. I truly appreciate that. I hope this was a great show for you guys tonight. It was definitely great for me because Mama was tired. Mama, I'm looking for something on here for y'all. And we have gift cards too. If you ever want to give anybody a gift card that could use the services and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm over here like a little internet could. What am I looking for? Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for being here with me tonight. Y'all do, y'all two be battle of the CCS. She beat you tonight too, CJ. As soon as I logged on, she was on here like, hey girl. She beat you tonight. Y'all two be battling. And Andre, I appreciate Andre too. But y'all two be battling. It is so funny. When y'all two is in the chat together, y'all be cutting up. Um, but thank y'all for being here and thank y'all for continuing to support me in whichever way, whether it's showing up, sharing the show, hitting that like button, donating, telling somebody about it. Uh, technically, I beat her. see, see, uh, see how CJ do, Sierra girl. Um, I appreciate that. It matters. Um, especially because this is how I make my livelihood. 'Cause in a minute, I'm gonna go start me on OnlyFans. He said, he said I was logged on before it started, and I jumped in the shower. Oh, well, I look. Is there proof? Because what do I say? Make sure you say hello or hi or say something in the chat so I know you here. Because let me go back. So never see how he did. Because let me go up before I get out of here. Because right here, I logged on. I wrote a comment at 8:05. Sonera was right there at 8:05. And she said, come on, y'all, get them likes up. Period. She came in with straight boss energy. But tonight she said, that was at 8:05. So you'll subscribe to my OnlyFans. Girl, listen, I'm over here. I'm about to figure it out. I'm about to figure it out. We're gonna be here like touch it, tease it, freeze it. Feel me? CJ Sonera said she gonna be the bigger person tonight and let you have it. Oh, see, what did he say? I dropped my phone in the shower last time I tried that. Well, you know what? Shout outs to you for being so dedicated that you got your girl on while you in the shower. Now, I need more people like you. Do y'all see this? This is how you know. This is how you know Mama made it. I appreciate that. But listen, you go ahead and say something. I'm going to start giving out the Lord. We're going to start giving out rewards or something. Because Sanera wasn't playing tonight. Sanera was here. She was there. She was not playing with you. Okay. Scenario 8:05. I was writing a comment saying, hey, what's up at 8:05? Scenario was right there at 8:05. Some of y'all better say hello when y'all come in here. Let me see, because look. The log, the comments, can't look, anybody else comments might lie, but Candy Coda comments don't lie. Let's go back to said time receipt when he said hello, Sanera. Even though Sanera said she gonna give you that, she gonna be the bigger person and walk away. Let me see. Did you even say hi when you came in here? CJ, you ain't show up to 8:23. Stop playing. Stop playing. Look. I see. Look, y'all can't see the timestamp. I can see the timestamp. And then you said hi to Sonera right there at 8:23. And at 8:23, she said, hey, CJ. Yeah, but you know what? If she say she gonna be the bigger person, let you have it, you got it. Look what you say, excuses. You get what I'm saying? Listen, ain't no fun when the truth show up. Ain't no fun. Ain't no fun when the truth show up. Okay, when the truth show up, it ain't no fun. I had to go. I had to go to the record. What do you say? I had the intro screen on, then got in the shower. I couldn't tell. Listen, let me see what's that. I only had the intro screen on for 2 minutes, CJ. Let me see. CJ. Yes. You know what? You know what? We'll see next week because guess what, Sanera? Quiet as it's kept. CJ is always one to be like, dang, I forgot today was Wednesday. See, Sanera ain't never forget me. She even have showed up on the back end saying I'm late, but I'm here. Thank God I'm here. I came in and spoke after I shea butter myself. Not you going to be as slippery. No, he say I came in and say hi after I shea butter myself. Okay. Oh. Well, thank you. Dang, you shea butter for 23 minutes? My God. But you know what? I'm with you when you're right. I do appreciate you guys showing up for me though. It's so much fun. And we'll see what else we'll have And then next week, if you guys see some things, let me know. I'm hoping. Oh, you guys, and I hope everything's okay because my nephew too. He is about to go to Bali, and I'm like, boy, you still trying to go? I'm sorry, he's going to Belize. Exactly. I'm doing better because I'm remembering now. Can't even get. No, you know what? You're right though, because I ain't even gonna lie. I had noticed. I was like, CJ didn't need no reminders. CJ showed up. CJ, I was like, oh, CJ showing up. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh, he must not gonna be here tonight. But then you showed up. Well, they say the Lord may not show up when you want him to, but he show up on time. Yeah, you know I'm long winded. She said, slip and slide. Girl, he going to be like a piece of greased chicken. You know he gonna be hot in his sleep. He better sleep with the window open. Child. Shea butter. He had to shea butter himself. CJ said he wants y'all to know he takes showers, he puts on oil. Okay. It was hilarious. That is hilarious. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I need to start coming on here a little more, but I don't be trying to like overwhelm y'all. Or do I not try to overwhelm me? That is to be determined. But shout outs to everybody who tuned in, show up, show out, comment. I appreciate you guys. Share the show, give it hearts and thumbs up. Cause y'all truly, y'all light up my world. So remember, live for the day. Don't worry about what you can't control. Love the people that you have now. Fall in love with life every day. And set your boundaries. Because you are worth it. And you do not have to fight or beg anybody to see your worth, recognize you, or to love you. You love you. And then the world will love you in return. See you later, Alex.